My name is Verrol-Ann Scott. I am the Industrial Waste Inspector with the Wastewater Division of the Barbados Water Authority. Our wastewater division is responsible for providing the treatment and disposal of wastewater from all of our sewered areas in the island. Our sewered area runs from Enterprise in Christchurch to just above Rihanna Drive in Bridgetown, St. Michael. As it relates to wastewater treatment on the island, we have two treatment plants, one located at Harmony Hall in Christchurch and the other in Lakes Folly, Bridgetown, St. Michael. The primary treatment plant is the South Coast treatment plant, and the secondary treatment plant is the Bridgetown treatment plant. The South Coast treatment plant does a filtration of the wastewater, whereas the Bridgetown treatment plant does a bacterial digest of the wastewater, which we receive at the treatment plant. In relation to being connected to a sewer network, there are a lot of practices that we would want to implore customers on the network to practice in their homes as well as with their commercial entities. We want you to pay attention to the fats, oils, and greases, the acronym FOG, in relation to the grease generated in preparation of meals, as well as the grease when we wash up at our sinks, whether it be in our homes or in our fast food service establishments. This grease can impact the network as well as our treatment plant, in that if it mixes with other debris, which could be either clothing material, it could be our dental floss that we use in our bathrooms, it could also be cotton swabs or paper towels, and these are things that we want to discourage persons from discarding into the toilets. We only want to have the 3 Ps, which is pee, poo, and toilet paper. Hand towels are pretty harsh, cotton swabs are harsh, dental floss, sanitary napkins, panty liners, these are all things we want to discourage customers from discarding via their toilets once connected to the sewer network. This also applies to customers who are also not connected to the network. These might be in the St. George area, the St. Lucie area, or even St. Philip. You guys will be more than likely having wells at home, and we call these suck wells. And if you inundate your wells with all of this debris, you're going to lose that suction, and then you're going to have what we call sewer overflows, but in your case, you would just have an overflow onto your property. So you want to discourage the practice of discarding all of these non-organic matter, as I mentioned before, the dental floss, the sanitary napkins, Pampers, and other inorganic materials such as towels or even bed sheets or linens. In relation to practices on the sewer network, we want to urge customers when we are preparing meals, all of the used oil that we would have used to prepare the meals, we would ask you to bottle that in a plastic container and place it aside to be collected from the sanitation services, or there are numbers for persons who actually collect this used oil to generate biodiesel. When it comes to washing up these same utensils that we would have used to prepare our meals, we're going to ask you to use a paper towel to wipe the contents from the pots, the pans, or the frying pans, as well as the utensils, be it spoons, forks, or knives, and discard that to the garbage and proceed to the sink then to wash up your utensils. As it relates to persons on the sewer network, we want to implore customers to not use the harsh chemicals such as degreasers and acids, because we as Bajans tend to like to use Clorox at our sink. Yes, we want to be sanitary, but however, the pipework, the infrastructure of our sewer network is very old. Therefore, it cannot handle the strength of these acidities of these substances. So we ask customers to just stick to the usual regular dishwashing liquid. And if you must use something to help alleviate the grease from on your plates or your utensils, you can implore the use of baking soda as well as vinegar, and that would help with easing the grease from the plates as well as your pots and pans. And this is a little bit softer on the network and would not really cause any direct damage to our infrastructure. In relation to fast food service establishments, a lot of our customers will be using green products from Ecolab and places like that, so we can go towards a green environment. These persons, we ask them to employ the same practices as I would have explained. So this goes for both domestic and commercial entities. We ask that those who have grease traps attached to their homes to have frequent cleaning of those grease traps, because if you don't clean the grease traps frequently, you're going to generate odors from all of the degradable food, which generates different gases after they are broken down. and you can get these odors coming back up in your kitchen sinks and into your homes, and this is not a pleasant experience. Therefore, frequent monitoring of your grease trap is asked and recommended, and frequent cleaning. For fast food service establishments, we also want to implore best management practices in their kitchens to help reduce the amount of fats, oils, and greases also generated in the preparation of their meals. So we're going to ask customers to be mindful of discarding the oils down the sink or flushing them into the toilet. That is a practice we want customers to deter from doing, because as I said before, this would affect our pipe work as it meets other debris coming along the sewer network. Customers, in relation to setting up canteens, mobile canteens, as well as those attached to their homes too as well, can seek guidance from the public health and environmental officers in relation to the standards required in the practicing and the execution of their meal preparations. At the Barbados Water Authority, our wastewater division, we do conduct seminars for staff, as well as we have one-on-one chats with the domestic customers too as well. And we're now going into schools where we educate the children in relation to their practices at home, and this would also help to reiterate all of the points that we would have made to help parents do better in terms of mediating the grease in kitchens as well. So again, we just want to remind both customers, as it relates to being domestic or commercial, to practice best management practices in relation to how you're preparing meals at home, as well as washing up. We want to discourage the use of those strong acids and degreasers, because this is too applicable to persons who are also not on the network, because this can affect your suck wells at home too as well. But for more queries or any questions, you can feel free to contact the Barbados Water Authority at 434-4200, and you can ask to be connected to the Wastewater Division, where we are happy to answer any questions or queries that you may have.